All right, and welcome back to College Basketball Review Courtside. Matt Mlodzinski here, and our guest of the night is the head coach of the New Orleans Privateers. That is Stacy Hollowell. Year 2 with New Orleans, and in year 2, already one big win over TCU on day 1 of college basketball here in the 2025-26 season. Coach, first off, how are you, and how excited is your team about picking up a win like that?
Doing great, Matt. I don't know if you saw the video or not, but big celebration after there and good night of sleep and got back on the road today to New Orleans.
Yes, a long season ahead, but obviously we do want to talk about that game. 78-74 over a TCU team led by Jamie Dixon. We all know one of the top coaches in college basketball. It's a TCU team that, they always pride themselves on defense. They're a hard-nosed team, but you guys found a way to battle through that and take home that victory. I guess just talk to me. What did the preparation for that game take to come away with the win?
Well, we knew they played with pace, right? So we had to get back in transition. That was one of our deals, was try to limit their opportunities in transition. The other one was really, our pick and roll defense was important, and trying to limit their pocket passes. And I think we held them to 5 pocket pass conversions on the night, and they finished 3 of the 5. And but for us, that was pretty good. So thought we rebounded well and hit free throws down the stretch. Had a big lead and gave it back, but proud of our guys for pulling it out.
Well, you mentioned the pocket passes. That is a very, getting down to the detail right there. Pocket passes, you kind of need a good pocket pass to get off a three-point shot. You mentioned the pick and rolls. And when you look at the Horned Frogs at that box score, look, 3 of 27 from 3 is what you guys held them to. I know you didn't mention it there, but when you look at what your team did defensively against the TCU team, holding them to that number from distance, what does that say about the defensive effort going forward?
Look, our kids guarded. I mean, they really did. They guarded hard. Brock Harding, we had the unfortunate, opportunity to get drummed by Iowa last year when he was there, and so we were a little nervous about what he was capable of doing, and we knew Jaden Pierre could really score it. Lavishus, their wing kid, we expected him to knock down a lot of shots, and he just didn't shoot it well, to be honest. They had some open opportunities, and that's a good team. I mean, they're not going to have too many nights going 3 of 27 from 3, but we really did feel like if we could kind of keep things tight in the middle ball screen, and limit their opportunities to play 4-on-3, that we would be okay. I thought we would do a good job on the glass, and out rebounded them 10. So, it's exciting, man, to come away with a win like that to open a season, especially on the heels of what we went through last year.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it there. You out rebound a TCU team. MJ Thomas, of course, 7 rebounds. That's really your best player that you bring back. What about the guards coach that you bring in? I mean, the guard play just seemed terrific between Benson and Buckley.
Yeah, I mean, Colton shot it really well last night, and he's really shot it well everywhere he's been. Made some tough plays, some contact, kind of step back, fade away, turnaround jumpers, and Buckley was really good early. I think he kind of ran out of gas there at the end for a little bit, and we kind of made a joke that he almost had a triple-double with points, assists, and turnovers. But he's a super talented point guard and just steady, leads our team, runs our offense, and doesn't really get sped up. So it was nice to have those two guys working together last night.
You mentioned you joke there. I mean, what do you tell a guy when he turns the ball over 10 times and you're probably shaking your head, but he also leads the team with 9 assists, right? I mean, what's that give and take like?
Yeah, it's in game, quite honestly, it didn't feel like 10 turnovers. I mean, it got away from us there at the end with but I mean, we know what he's capable of, and we just kind of made a joke about it and moved on. Everybody was excited and didn't make too much of it.
You mentioned, Coach, you're moving on, and you mentioned last year, of course, you take over a New Orleans program last year, and only a 4-win season. You're already starting off big this year. Talk about just how important it is to try and make a transition. It's tough to come into a program year one, especially in this age of college basketball, but just already starting off this well in year two.
Well, look, last year, I'd like to see it as a bit of an outlier. We got the job May 1st. That was the date the portal closed last year. Mm-hmm. The dead period started May 17th. And my wife was diagnosed with cancer in March. So between May 1st and 17th, we're putting a staff together, trying to build a team and running back and forth to MD Anderson in Houston. And, didn't go nearly as well as we thought. We took a bunch of guys back from the team prior and kind of put that behind us as quickly as we could and, got connected with Master P in February last year and maybe January. And, we started building a team and updated our facilities a little bit, just kind of put some lipstick on it and really put us in position to I think make some moves in recruiting, and I feel like we've put a solid team together in year two.
You talk about the ups and downs here heading into year two. You mentioned your wife and the cancer. You mentioned a season that just did not go your way. Taking the job again, where you just get off to such a late start. It's virtually an impossible situation there, and everything you had to go through mentally as well. But now you mentioned just a program that is on the rise. What is the mentality there? What are the emotions like in a roller coaster like that?
If you look at cities like Memphis and Houston, you've got a urban research institution and power programs, and we just feel like New Orleans. There's no reason why New Orleans couldn't be that, and we'd love to kind of have the same rise that McNeese has had, and you look at teams like, Belmont and Davidson and Gonzaga and, hope to be in a similar situation as we grow. And so there's excitement in the city right now. We're both fortunate and unfortunate right now to have a Pelicans team that's not doing great and a Saints team that's not doing great. And, the LSU football situation right now is a little wild. And so we hope we can kind of be the bright light in the state for a little bit and keep this thing going.
You're definitely the fun team with Master P there. What's it like working with him? Have you learned any lines? Have you learned any verses yet?
Look, he's great, man. He's all about business. He's excited to help us grow and build enrollment at the university. I mean, University of New Orleans around pre-Katrina was about 18,000 students. And after that, the enrollment has declined. And so he and I both grew up in a time where Tim Floyd was the coach. And you had teams with Tony Harris and Irvin Johnson and Tank Collins and some really strong UNO teams. And the arena was packed and it was fun and energetic. And when I got the job, that was my vision, was I wanted to fill the arena back up. And my vision was let's win and fill it up that way. And P's vision was you can't sell a 4-27 team. Like, we've got to put some entertainment around this also. And so we've really, tried to add the in-game entertainment, trampoline dunkers. We had the Mardi Gras Indians lead us out onto the floor in an exhibition, and, musicians come out at halftime and all the things that you see at pro games. And so that's been really nice, and had a nice exhibition turnout against Sacramento State. And it was just fun, a lot of fun.
It's only year two, but, it seems like the long-term plan there is already well in stake. Like, how excited are you, not just for this season, but the future here at New Orleans?
I mean, this is home for me. You know, I was born in Shreveport, Louisiana. I moved to South Louisiana when I was 11. Grew up down the street from Tim Floyd. And so if we could turn this thing around and get the vibe going again, it would be really special for me.
All right, Coach. Well, as I mentioned, a 1-0 start there against TCU. Many more non-conference games to get to. We will end with this. There's the non-conference slate coming up. I know you coached on the Texas Southern staff before, so you are no stranger to scheduling some pretty difficult non-conference games there. When you look at this, after that TCU win, like you mentioned, right back to the drawing board, how do you get your players ready for a slate like that?
Well, our guys are excited about it, quite honestly. Buckley's fifth-year guy, and Colton Benson's a senior. You've got Churchill Abbas, who's been at DePaul and Wake Forest, and those guys to some degree feel undervalued, maybe underappreciated, whatever you want to call it. And for them, it's a great challenge to show that they belong, that they can compete at that level. I was fortunate to work for Johnny Jones, and I've never been in a locker room where you lose and it's all about the positives, and Johnny Jones is a master at that, and he's had a lot of success because of it. And so we know what's important. We could win 20 games and it wouldn't matter. We know that we've got to be really good in the conference tournament, and so we'll stay focused on that no matter what.
All right, Coach Holloway and New Orleans 1-0 here in the season. Hollowell, excuse me. I misspoke there.
It's all good. It's happened my entire life.
There we go. I will say before I close, in my defense, I'm a Seton Hall guy. So I've got Shaheen Holloway in the back of my head. So
hey, he's a good coach.
There we go. Coach Hollowell, thank you again for joining us here, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks so much.